So you don't need to manage stress in the sense that there's some awareness there that stress is created by resistance of your external conditions, the things that are around you, the situation that you're in. And if you step out of that thought process that creates that anxiety feeling, that and then there's ease. No stress management needed. Not identify with the resistant thought process that makes you want to get to the next thing, which causes stress and anxiety, sometimes even anger, frustration, which leads to a compiling of stress all on you because you think that you're managing stress, but you're inviting more stress because you're in resistance about the situation that's causing stress. You may ask a question like, how would it be if I didn't mentally comment on this situation? How would it be? I was reading a little article the other morning about stress management, and it immediately came to me that why are we managing stress when we can just do this? If you don't know what I'm doing, ultimately I'm stepping out of thinking into the essence of who I am, which is presence or consciousness, allowing thought to just bypass itself. No stress management needed, because just the conventional stress management is okay. Uh, I have to do this today, but I don't want to, so I'll do it in a sense of a means to an end, hurrying up and getting it done. And sometimes the mind doesn't even say, I need to get this done. It's just everything that you're doing is it's a means to an end. It's to hurry up and get to the next thing. So you you imagine, or you're confused in the sense of thinking that being in resistance of doing it is managing the stress. You won't have so much stress because you're getting it done quickly. It's a little insane because that causes more stress. The resistance, just the resistance itself, causes more stress on the situation, on the other person that you're doing something with. They begin to feel uncomfortable, so then they become a little stressed, and anxiety creeps into them, and anxiety is full of it's all in you. So it's not really managing stress at all. It's inviting more stress when you can simply be there deeply, not identify with the resistant thought process that makes you want to get to the next thing, which causes stress and anxiety, sometimes even anger, frustration, which leads to a compiling of stress all on you because you think that you're managing stress, but you're inviting more stress because you're in resistance about the situation that's causing stress. Oh, so instead of that, you see there's something you may not be that interested in doing, but maybe your job, and you may have to do it. Instead of going into resistance about it, accept that you're there. Don't completely follow the negative thought process that comes with having to be here for 12 hours today. Step out of that and allow space within your thought process between one thought and the next. You may ask a question like, how would it be if I didn't mentally comment on this situation? How would it be? And then you're doing the things, whatever you need to do. How would it be if I didn't follow the negative thought that comes with me not wanting to be here? And you'll see that the negative and the unconscious mind doesn't really know what to do with that. So it kind of drops thought and says, "Oh, he's conscious now." The thought just kind of don't want anything to do with that. Thought wants to do with thought. Thought wants more thought. Let's call it food for thought. So, food for thought, meaning that thought feeds on thought and continues and continues and continues and causes stress, anxiety, and that's why we commit suicide. It's just, I can't take it anymore. So, a deeper way of looking at managing stress, if we can call it that, is by not really managing it, but stepping out of the thought process in which it is created, the stress or the anxiety or the anger. There has to be a little bit of space inside you, presence. You can follow your rhythm of your breathing occasionally and look around. It doesn't necessarily have to be always about thought. Let thought go for a while. And you'll notice that stress management isn't needed. Someone asked me, how do you manage the stress with working with children? I never thought about that. Never thought about how do I manage the stress. I just, when I'm there, wherever I am, I'm there totally, deeply. I'm not being pulled along by the negative thought process that comes from resistance of not being there deeply. You're only in stress, really, when you're in resistance about your life situation or your external situations. You can't be in stress if you're not ultimately following thought, because thought is what creates stress. You can use thought in a certain way which doesn't cause stress. It's delightful. It's wonderful. Thought is a wonderful thing. But when your thoughts become a certain way, a certain kind of energy from your thoughts are brought into your essence, then it's like it kind of feels like that. If I can act it out towards everything, and that's I can feel it now. Just acting it out is uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable, and some people you can see the uncomfortableness in them when they're talking to you. They may be very fidgety, or you can see it. I'm sure you've probably spoke to someone before who was, you can sense that they're very uncomfortable and they're in stress. Stress comes with that. It's a byproduct of being in resistance. So, yes, people are using that term stress management. Come and pay me to help you with stress management, therapists and so on. But then they also have to, if they don't recognize what we're talking about here, they also may have to, at some point, pay someone to help them with stress management if they don't know to step out. A very good therapist will be a very good listener. They wouldn't be following thought, they will be there present with you. So you don't need to manage stress in the sense that there's some awareness there that stress is created by resistance of your external conditions, the things that are around you, the situation that you're in. And if you step out of that thought process that creates that anxiety feeling, that and then there's ease. No stress management needed. Just presence, aliveness, beauty. Thank you for joining me.